Okay, so you may have forgot to go to class today, or you slept in because you're up all night working on something fancy, and that's okay. You just gotta make sure that you know what was going on. So in class today, we basically just covered, first thing, copy and paste. Is mega square. You press, Control X or Control C to copy it. Control V to paste it, and it will paste it directly in the center of your window, which means that if you like up here, if you press space, the mouse turns into a hand and you can like shift the thing around. That's nice and useful. But if you paste it here, it goes there. So if you want to put it in the center, pressing Control 0 or Command 0, whatever it is on Macs, it'll center it again, so you can do that. Also, we learned about layers, and he mentioned again hold shift if you want to make it perfect. And the layers right here, you can see we are on layer 1, and you can tell that all this stuff is on layer 1 because it's got a blue outline. If we had a different layer, and I selected all those by clicking on one and holding down shift as I click on the other ones. And if we had a different layer, see, it's got that little red thing there, then all the outlines for this stuff would be red. So you can see we've got some, you can select stuff from both layers and move it around. It's pretty neat. Also, what we learned is how to move stuff forward and back. What you can do is, go to here, click on Object, Arrange, and it will give you the options to bring to front, which brings it all the way to the front, or send it all the way to the back. And it does it only on that layer. For example, if you have another layer, let's say we make a square on this layer. We didn't make a square on this layer. Two of them. You can send this square all the way to the back, but it's still going to be in front of everything that is on the blue layer, because that's the way it's arranged, and you can switch them right there like that. What else did we cover? The rotation tool is, before we get to that, if you have stuff out and you cut it, you can also go to paste in place, which shift Control V puts it right back where it was. I'm not sure what that's useful for, but I'll probably discover something someday. And duplicating stuff. Suppose we got this square here. Let's make it a little bit smaller. If you hold down Alt or Option, I think, on the Mac and drag it, it will make a copy of whatever you have. And if you press Control D, it'll do it again. And then you can click on all those to select those, hold down Alt or Option, drag them again, and now press Control D a bunch of times, and you basically made a grid of squares, which is, I suppose that's useful, although I think I moved it just a little bit. Yeah, that's there. Also, the rotational tool, this thing right here, we learned that you could take a shape. The rotation, you got to put like the point that it rotates on by clicking, and then drag the shape to make it rotate around that point. Like that. And you can, put it right in the middle, and then it'll just spin around that, or, way off in the thing. And he gave us this example where he would, like, for the clock face example, you take the ellipse, say that's going to be where a number is, then you take the rotate tool, set the thing for right in the middle of the clock, and tell this to hold down Option and click. Control click, shift click. I don't know what I'm doing. But there was a way to, there we go. Set it to like 30 degrees, and it will rotate at 30 degrees, and then you press Control D and do that a bunch for different ones, and it will give you the right places for a clock, and then you can make hands by drawing them and whatnot. And then you take the hands and you set the rotational tool right here for the axis or whatever it is, and then, you know, and I messed it up. Oh well, I don't know what I'm doing. It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. Oh yeah, and lines, and basically whatever you have in here has these points for the stroke width, and he recommended that we change them from default in our projects just to show that we're not noobs, that we know that that's a possibility. And there was a quiz and stuff, but I forget. That's it.